Well, we are inside, mate, because there's a monsoon that's developing outside, but also the other reason is because Coach Matthew Church, mate, we've got to keep him near a defibrillator because the last 2 games that the Tigers have been involved in, almost brought a heart attack on the man. He's coming from PNG to here and 2 2-point games, mate. Good one in the end. They outscored the Tigers, didn't they, by 7 tries to 5 in the end, but they got home because of Tristan Hope's boot.
Yeah, mate, it was looked like a pretty good game overall. Anytime you can go away, especially to PNG, I believe, and get a win, that's a big tick.
Most certainly. Well, the BMD Premiership is also up in the grabs. I've actually got our first special guest here. I'm going to let you jump out here. You're going to talk to Max and we'll talk to Tahj, and we've got a feast of stars here, so we'll push you out of the way.
I'm out.
You're out. Paige, come on in. Paige Schouw is part of the BMD Premiership side. Hey, listen here, talking about giving guys a heart attack. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
That's good. Hey, you were in trouble the first half, weren't you, against the Seagulls? What did Bowsy say to you guys at half time?
He just said that we know how to play our game, and we were doing that. Like, we were completing, we just weren't attacking when we were up there. So just keep doing that and it will come.
The first 2 tries were pretty soft, weren't they? You let in for Tweed?
Oh, very soft.
Yeah.
Straight down the middle.
Right. But the tries that you scored, the next 3 tries that you guys scored, were actually real grit. One in the corner and a couple of forwards and Lucy Kapari from dummy half. So there was certainly some tenacious stuff happening by the Tigers, and you guys responded to Bowsy's words of wisdom.
Yeah, definitely. He was really happy with us at the end. We played our game and showed them that we should have won.
It's a long road trip, isn't it, Tweed?
Oh.
So you get a little bit bored down there. So how did you guys go to get back into things, stretch the legs before the game? What was talked about?
Just talked about playing our game and making sure we complete our sets, and once we do that, it's our game.
It's your first win as well, so you got to win away from home, so it's very handy to have. You're in the top 4 or just outside, I think. Well, actually, you might be in the top 4. So,
Fourth, yeah.
And just outside the top 4 are the Winner Seagulls, who you take on this weekend at Leo Williams. You played them in a trial game. They pretty much give you a bit of a touch-up on that one there, but the Seagulls have also had a couple of losses as well, so it must be exciting to play these guys and get some revenge back.
Yeah, they only touched us up because we didn't have all our players, but...
Because you had a short bench, you did that day, I remember that.
We had 1 person left on the bench by the end of that game, so now that we have our full squad back, we should be definitely contention.
What did the wise guru, Mr. Val, say to you guys after the game? Obviously the season's pretty short, you've got the win under your belt. What was he most pleased about?
I think he was just pleased that we got the ball out wide. That was one of our big things, is we kept playing down the middle, and once we got the ball out wide, that's where we scored. So start doing that again. All
right. So you have got some good forwards and good carry there. So continuity, how were your completion rates? Was that high enough?
Yeah, our completion rates, I think we were 54% in the first half and like 60 in the second half, so we definitely completed, so that was good.
Definitely improved on the way. Now on the way home, who travelled back with Bowsy, and was he playing really bad country music again?
Bowsy travelled by himself, so...
That's not unusual at all. He's a strange man like that, but anyway, he would have been pumping out a little bit of Brooks and Dunn for sure. Well listen, now you're part of the Tigers, how long have you been here?
This is my first season.
Okay, enjoying it?
Loving it.
Loving it. You're on the wing, who's faster, you or your other winger?
Probably our other winger.
And that is?
Tegan Spicer.
No, I don't know. That'd be a nail biter, I reckon. I reckon there'd be, if you guys were ready for the Olympics, I reckon you'd probably be just as fast. But we can see some of the highlights here from round 2. But like I said, they scored a couple of soft tries. Yeah, the first one actually is because of the knock on here by the Tigers, gave them 6 more because it was the last tackle. So unfortunately, they used those 6 more tackles pretty quickly and scored in the corner. Quite just catch and pass really in the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a bit of a breakdown in communication with us and the ref as well. Didn't really realise that it was 6
that's a $3,000 fine. You can't bag the referee. I'm kidding.
Nah. I'm not bagging him, I'm just saying communication.
Yeah. So they scored that one, and then the second try was also a little bit soft as well. So, but good size respond, and obviously you did that with Bowsy. Here's the other, Ronald Peters there at dummy half. Obviously knows the way around the park, and the fullback just weaved the way through there. It's pretty soft.
Jamie Chapman straight through the middle.
She's a quality actor as well, so you've got to keep an eye on those. But close to the line, you've got to start up. Now this is a great try right in the corner, putting it through the hands, and a good support play. And the other winger, Tegan, is pretty fast. She wasn't needed that time.
Yeah. Wait until you see Monteo. Monteo's the fastest.
Is she?
Oh,
is she going to the Olympics?
Oh yeah.
Baton runner?
She's already won. She's a gold medalist at the Olympics.
All right. Speaking of some wheels, just wasn't quite able to pull that in. They had a good support play and just managed to score right in right in the corner. But anyway, the Seagulls this weekend. What's the preparation been like this week?
I think the same as last week, just training as normal and making sure we complete our sets and getting the ball out wide.
Game day, what's your ritual? What do you do? What do you have for breakfast?
Don't tell Vowsy, but I like to have pancakes with bacon and maple syrup.
That's exactly what he has. That's why he's as big as a house. But anyway, it's no good for your hair, of course. Listen, Paige, all the best. Congratulations on coming to the Tigers and enjoying your first win last weekend. Seagulls this weekend. It's at Leo Williams as well. Not quite ready here for Totally Workwear Stadium, but get out to Leo Williams. It's after the Brisbane Rugby League game, I think.
4:45.
Over there, 4:45. So go out and watch Paige be faster than Tegan Spicer, and you'll enjoy the encounter there. So good luck from all the best.
Thanks.
Cheers, thank you.
Thanks. See you.
All right, that's Paige. We're going to bring Gav. You've got your special guest as well, mate.
Yeah, mate.
I'll jump out.
Yeah, no, I've got Narikah coming in now, so come on in, ma'am.
Hello.
Welcome to our show, our little show that we do every week, obviously.
Thanks for having
So
me.
you're welcome. I just was talking a little bit off air. You're actually the captain of the side,
Yes.
but unfortunately are out at the moment.
Yeah.
Tell us what's going on.
Just have a bit of a partial tear to my ATFL ligament in my foot. So yeah, hopefully be back by round 6. It's a bit of a bummer to be missing so much of the season, but yeah, just trying to get as much recovery in and yeah, make sure I do everything right.
What about all the training that you're missing out on? How good is that?
Yeah. It's good but not good at the same time.
Yeah, of course.
Do as much off feet kind as I can, but it's just not the same as running, but it is what it is.
It's hard. You're part of the team, but you're not part of the team, so to speak.
It's hard to be off to the side while the girls are all, amongst each other. I just want to get around it, but try to be in amongst it as much as I can. So yeah.
So you're obviously still travelling to the games and watching the ladies play. So what were your thoughts on the weekend's game?
Yeah, I thought we had a really good game. I really enjoyed the second half a lot better than the first half. The first half was a bit more gritty. We kind of didn't really have a lot go our way in the first half, but then talk in the sheds at half time was really good, and then the girls obviously came out and came back in the second half and really gave it to Tweed. It was really good to watch.
That shows good character. I mean, it's a good trait to be able to come from behind. Obviously, preferably you would prefer not to.
Yeah, definitely.
So and going forward, it's obviously a condensed premiership. You've started quite well with a couple of wins also, so looking to just continue that.
Yep. Yeah, I think we our first round we went down to South, and then we had a draw with North, and then obviously the win on the weekend. I think if we can continue to play how we played on the weekend, I think, especially in that second half, I think that we have a really good chance at, giving it to a lot of the other teams. And
So the combinations are developing from you witnessing it, obviously again without naturally being out there.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've got girls in, the positions that they're in that, a lot, previous games they were kind of out of positions where we're all back to where we, the girls are back to where they would normally be, and they're working really well. So it's good to see. We've got a lot of the under-19s girls come up and playing and, really holding their own out there and, showing that they deserve to be in the team and in the squad. So it's good to see them amongst it.
So tell me about your rugby league journey. Are you from a rugby league family that, you...
I grew up watching league. I didn't really get to play it as a kid because quite old. So back in it wasn't really an opportunity there. I grew up playing touch footy and I did a lot of athletics growing up. And then my introduction was kind of playing in the Queensland Murray Carnival with my family, and then I had a couple of goes playing in the All Blacks carnivals up in Townsville was my first one. We played in the Palm Island team, so that was really fun. I was 15, so had a little bit of experience just doing the community kind of stuff. Never really played club. I started playing club in 2021. I played at Almost Shearers, which was kind of my first ever introduction to club footy, and then came down to the train and trial day that Tigers had, and it's never looked back really. It's been a pretty good journey so far. And,
good story. So
Grateful
you
for
mentioned
the
Townsville.
opportunities.
You're a Townsville local.
No, I'm from Brisbane. I'm
Okay.
born and raised in Brisbane, south
Oh,
side.
that's a shame. That's a shame. I'm a Townsville boy,
Oh,
so
no.
we could have had something very in common.
No, sorry to let you down there.
That's all good. Look, all the best with the injury, obviously. We hope that you can get back on the field again. You know, it's been a pretty major sort of a tear that you've put on your ankle and that. It takes a little bit of time. You'll be back bigger and better than ever, I'm sure. So
hopefully that's the plan, that's the goal. But we'll see how we go.
Reigning captain, all the best.
Thank you.
Congratulations,
Thanks for having me.
all the best for the rest of the year.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
G'day. Where is he? Here he comes.
I'm back, mate. I'm back. I've been actually talking to some real talent out the back here, and then I'll come back in and talk to you.
I'm out.
Anyway, you're all gone. Coming in is Tahj Wood. Tigers went up to PNG, mate. First of all, Tahj, how was the trip, mate? It's a long way.
Yeah, it was good. It was very warm. It was very warm up there. But no, it was a good trip.
Thanks, ladies.
Excellent. PNG, you been there before?
Nah, first time.
All right, first time playing footy anyway. Yeah. Come out of the woodwork? Supporters?
Yeah, they had a pretty good crowd there. It was good. It was good atmosphere. Like every time they sort of got a try or got on the front foot, crowd went wild, and it was good.
And they scored first, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So that was really lifting them. So was it pretty loud?
It was, especially where in the back end it got loud. Like once it got close, and I mean, it was like 5 minutes to go. It was
So what are you trying to do to Churchy, mate? You're trying to give this guy a heart attack? What's going on? 38 points to 36, the win in the end there. He only got that because of the kicking of the penalties from Tristan Hope. At half time, you scored just after half time. Before that, obviously, our player in the bin on 2 occasions for the PNG Hunters. You scored on both occasions there. Tristan Hope scored one of those. Braden Torpey scored a try when he was a player off. Half time, what did Churchy say? Because there's only 2 points in the difference at half time.
Sort of just said like, we just defended a heap in that first half and we were killing ourselves. Like every time we made a error or gave away a penalty, they scored. Like we couldn't defend our mistakes. So sort of just stay in it and defend our mistakes, and we should come away with it.
So I take the penalty, the completion rate wasn't real good in the first half?
Not that I remember, but all I know is like just every time we gave away a penalty or we just couldn't defend it. They just scored.
All right, so obviously you're at the back there. Can anybody hear you because of the crowd?
I don't know. You'd have to ask some of the other boys. I was doing my best.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Like I said, a strong win. Good size, grind out good wins. And although 7 tries to 6, but as I said, Tristan Hope with 2 penalty kicks involved and all that to get you guys the win. That's what you do. But you can see the highlights. There's just a lot of people turning up. Were you there for 2 nights as well?
So I got there Friday night, and then flew home Sunday morning. So we were there. Yeah, it was good.
Lose a bit of weight, mate. A bit warm?
It was very warm. I probably did. I didn't weigh in, so I'm not too sure.
Mate, you're looking all right. Hey, listen, you're part of the Tigers there. Enjoying the time here at Total Workwear?
I'm loving it. It's good change up. I've been at Redcliffe since I was 17, so it's good to come to a new club and
I don't think there's a lot of this stuff about going in between clubs because one wasn't better than the other. It's just change it up and reignite your passion for footy. Try another club.
Just opportunity. Come and try and get an opportunity to be playing cup week in week out and.
So when you found out Tristan Hope was part of the Tigers, did you second think about it that pest is here as well? I just tried 2 years to get away from him, and now he's back here.
Nah, I didn't know until he was here. I seen him the first day. So
you thought it was Ned Flanders, but it was actually Tristan Hope. So but anyway, hey, this weekend you're up against the Ipswich Jets. Got a big pumping last week by the Seagulls, so they'll be certainly looking for a win. Ben Cross and the boys, they're coming down to Leo Weaves, who are playing over there at Carina for this clash on Sunday. Obviously, that hard-fought win last week, you come up against a desperate Jets side. You win last week, you lose this week. It's going to be a lot of pain will be had next week. So you want to really get out against the Jets side that big improvers last year, but they'll be hurting from last week. Yeah,
they'll be coming in strong, trying to put on a performance. But I think maybe get their first win of the season too. So they'll be definitely up for it. So we've got to match them.
All right. Have you looked at the tape at all from the Jets yet?
No, I haven't, not yet.
Okay, doesn't matter. Is that something that Churchy does? Does he take you through the sides who've played the week ahead, or do you guys basically worry what you did last week and try and improve on that?
Earlier in the week, we just worry about what we did last week, and then come back into the week, then we sort of flip it to them, and Churchy does a bit of film, and we go through it.
Beautiful. All right, mate. Good luck this weekend against the Ipswich Jets. As I said, it's Leo Williams over. Then we got Easter. Yeah, I don't know whether you're playing on. Do you fang on the chocolate eggs, mate? Go big time? Or you're more of a bun guy?
No, I'll go the chalky eggs.
Go the chocolate. Why not? Yeah, the buns, I don't like them either. Tahj, all the best, mate. Congratulations. Welcome to the Tigers, mate. We wish you all the best and keep an eye on Toby for you because he always gets lost and loses shoes. He's probably going to ask to borrow stuff off you all the time. You know what he's like. So anyway, he's like Tahj Wood there, the Brisbane Tigers, Gavin, Payne, mate. As I said, we're talking about Tristan Hope. His 2 penalty kicks were the difference in the end.
They were. Look, it was. I think they're net 0 for for and against. So, but improving appear to be each week. Good match against the Seagulls the week before, without getting the win. But a win's a win, and they're on the right track now. Yeah, the trial obviously that's exactly what trials are like. You're going to talk to Tristan Hope because you know what? Because you lost the bet, so you got to talk to Hope. So here he is here. Don't hurt me. Yeah. Welcome, mate.
How you going?
Your reputation precedes you with Jono by the sound of it, mate. What's he got? Doesn't he like you?
I heard him just saying about Tahj that he's been trying to escape me for 2 years, and every time I go to a new club or something, he seems to pop up. So I don't know who's the common denominator here. It's either me or him. But
so who's following who around? He looks like your dad, mate. Could he be your father? Is that the relationship?
I don't know. I'm a pretty good-looking rooster, and I don't know about Johnny.
Yeah, I'll give you credit for that. I reckon that's the case. Tell us about your journey, mate. How did you finish up at the Tigers?
Spent I grew up in Toowoomba and then come down here and played a couple of years with the Holden Cup with Brisbane and had 1 year at Redcliffe there. Spent the last 4 seasons at Wynnum and got an opportunity to come across to the Tigers, mate, and took it with both hands.
It seems like the club, and I'm not intimately involved with the club at the moment or anymore, but there's a lot of different people that have come to the club this year, which seems to be forming and moulding into a cohesive unit as well.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I had a little bit to do with Churchy before coming here, and just knew the type of person that he was and the type of squad that he would want to assemble. And we've got a fairly young squad, mate, with a couple of older heads like Jaxie and Lavaha and BL as well. So there's a good mix, mate. And so far so good. It's been a really good pre-season, and we're toiling away through the season too, mate. Get a tough win against PNG on the weekend, which kind of shows where we're at. So it's really exciting times, mate.
Where have you known Churchy from previously? What's the connection there?
I think it was like Queensland under-18 side. He was an assistant coach, and just kind of clicked on that day. And then always kind of, if we ran into him in footy circles, always said g'day, and always kind of had a good relationship. So when he kind of reached out, I knew how he was and what I wanted to kind of achieve this year and stuff too, and I knew that it kind of aligned, so it was kind of a no-brainer.
It's obviously good to get those relationships and have an understanding of the person that you're going to be coached by as well.
Absolutely, mate, and he's kind of freed me up a lot too. He's put a lot of faith in me and my football, and kind of made my job quite simple, and he backs me to do what I want to do. And if you have someone like that, backing you and supporting you, you kind of you really relish the opportunity, and I've really enjoyed it, mate, so it's been good.
John was talking about the Jets coming up this weekend. What are you expecting from them?
Mate, it's always a tough game again in Switch. I know that they've had a couple of tough results in the last few weeks, but it's no one in this competition's an easy beat, mate, and they're going to be hungry for a win. And I know Benny Cross over there is really trying to instill a different brand of football on them too. Yeah. So when it clicks, they're really dangerous, mate. And we played them in the trial, and the same thing. We skipped out to a nice lead, and they can score 3 or 4 tries really quickly. So we've got to be on our toes and ready to go, mate. Like I said, there's no easy beat, so we've got to turn up each and every week ready to go.
With the 2 games, or the 3 games you've played, obviously, but only 2 really, they've been pretty high-scoring games. Obviously, you'd be looking to improve your defence along the way. Obviously, the attack is working quite well.
Yeah.
What are you looking for? Where are you looking to pick up in defence?
I think, mate, just back-to-back efforts and whatever else. We're a whole new squad, as we said, and we are scoring some points, but a lot of our points are coming off kind of not set plays or stuff as well. Even though the scoreline kind of suggests that we're attacking really well and defending, it's probably the opposite way, mate. We're probably not actually attacking nowhere near where we need to be either. To be honest, we're kind of just scoring points. Kind of from nowhere really, and defensively we're kind of just not defending our errors and stuff as well, mate. So that's a big area that I think we need to improve on, and hopefully we can start that this week.
Well, it can build through as the season goes on. Obviously, it seems to be, and that's the way that football seasons start. Obviously, generally you start off a bit slowly and hopefully get into the groove as the season goes on. So, thanks for joining us this afternoon, mate. All the best.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Cheers.
Best for the rest of the season.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. And,
no worries.
Keep Johnny under wraps. He's a dangerous man, that fella.
Mate, I've always had your photo in my wallet, so you're not too far away from the heart, mate. So there you go.
Everyone's going to think you are my dad.
Well, somebody actually asked me if Tahj Wood was my son, and I'm going, well, he's lying around on the floor doing nothing. I said, all my kids do that.
Mate, you must have a fat wallet because you got a photo of everyone in your wallet.
I am. I got to flick
I'm
through.
worried about you.
It's very, except yours.
Yeah, that's a good
I see
thing.
you every week. See? That's exactly right. Go on, mate. All the best on the weekend, mate.
Thanks, Tristan.
Cheers, mate. Cheers,
Mate, you get to talk to all the superstars. Tristan, a quality play, mate. You can't hear me now because obviously, but he's a very, very good man at dummy half. Can kick goals. He's very good in attack. He's a very good club man as well, and certainly leads the side around the park. But you had a chat. One of the boys had to go to the doctors. You caught up with another one of the cup players.
Yeah, mate. We had a chat with Max Lehmann earlier on, and very nice young man as well. Told a little bit about his story as well, so that's obviously coming up a bit later on as well.
He said he had to go to the doctor, and I said I could snap the glove on and help him out myself, but that made him run pretty fast. So anyway, here's a chat with Maxie.
Yeah, here with Max Lehmann this afternoon. Max, welcome to the club. I believe you're new at the club, so we'll start off with a little bit about how you got here and where you've been to start with. So give us a little bit of your history, your football history and seniors.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me firstly. Come down from Sydney, come up more like, and I've been at Man Singles for about 8 years now.
Yeah.
It was going on 9 and I had a bit of an injury scare, so I took a year off and had opportunity to go to Para last year and played alright and had a good chance to come up here and then, start a club and being linked with the Melbourne Storm and all that. So it's been a fantastic past couple of months up here.
Yep.
Really enjoy Brisbane. The weather's a lot better up here, definitely.
Yep.
And got lucky enough to do 8 weeks with Melbourne, and that was a massive eye opener. So just trying to bring what I've learned up here, and it's just footy at the end of the day, but it's a lot different. So just apply myself the best I can.
How did you link up with the Tigers? What happened there?
My manager, he's been working a bit up here, and he knows Brian and a few other boys pretty well, and he had higher ups in this place. And when I was looking for a new spot, I could have stayed at Para, could have gone back home, but I thought, you sink, you swim, and chance my arm and come up here, and it's been very good so far. So enjoying it.
So what's your goals now that you've come up? Obviously, you got away from your homeland or your hometown and so forth. So what are you looking to do to further your career here?
The main goal will be definitely making NRL, but I prefer to take things week by week.
Yep.
So get as many wins with the Tigers as we can.
Yep.
Make some finals footy and do the club proud, and then whatever comes to that comes from that. And you have your overarching goal, but you got to take it small bites at first. So yeah.
So you've been in the side all season. How did you go on in week 1 in the big game against the Dolphins, mate?
Well, we actually had the rain out, unfortunately. That's some of the worst weather I've ever been a part of. It was like swimming in a pool almost. You open your eyes and your eyes are stinging, so there's that much rain. Got called off about 10 minutes in.
Yep.
And so round 2 we had Wyndham here, opening the new stadium, and it was a big occasion. Went down to the wire, and Wyndham definitely a top 4 side as well. So only lost by 2 points, and obviously last week round 3 against PNG got the win over there, and got a bit of a win for Churchy, so he's undefeated over there. So it's pretty good, but yeah.
So how did you enjoy the PNG experience? I travelled up there as a coach many years ago, and it was a real eye opener for me. Yeah,
PNG is definitely a lot different. I've been to the Philippines and Fiji before on different occasions, and it's all very similar, but the people are always so nice there. And the PNG, they just love their footy, so it's a national sport, and they absolutely tore it up, and the crowd was amazing, and it's definitely an eye opener as well. So it's definitely a trip you'd want to go on as a footy team, and to have it so early on in the season for a whole new bunch of boys that we've got, probably about 90% of the team's new, is exactly what we needed. So
have you settled into the club?
I want to think so.
Yeah.
I kind of get that feeling more so this week than ever. It was obviously settling in a bit during pre-season and going up and down, so definitely feeling more like home at the moment. Yeah.
A couple more questions just briefly. So what's your goals for the rest of the season? Obviously you mentioned to try and crack a Melbourne Storm, but other than that?
Well, I definitely think top 4 finish for us is going to be very good.
Yep.
We definitely have the personnel and the players to do so and the skill, but it really comes down to us. If you watch the first 2 rounds, it's all been dictated by how we play, whether or not we win or lose. So if you can be consistent and get a few wins, make that top 4, that's probably my more immediate goal, because it just benefits everybody, including the club, and it's just good footy to watch. So.
Yep. You haven't been here for a long time. Obviously, you've done a bit of pre-season. That I always finish with something like this. So, have you been around long enough to work out who the biggest nuisance is in the club already?
Definitely Solomon Fatape, biggest pest you'll ever meet. So he's also one of my best mates, but definitely the pest of the club.
Thanks for joining us this afternoon, Max. All the best for the season, and settling in really well by the look of it. And hopefully we can get at top 4 and perhaps a premiership as well. Be lovely.
Looking forward to it.
Cheers, mate. Ta-da.
A carousel of superstars in the show this afternoon, Payne. All very cock-a-hoop after the big win on the weekend against Payne, which is not easy to do when you go away up there.
Oh, no, absolutely not. I've had that experience previously as well. Interesting that a lot of new blood coming into the Tigers as well, not only in the men's ranks, but also the ladies' ranks. So.
Fantastic. So the girls are playing this weekend. They had their first win last weekend. They'll come up against the Seagulls after they got a little bit of a, I like I said, they had a short bench when they played the Seagulls in the trial there. But the Jets, you've got to be careful with the Jets. They'll be smart enough for getting pumped by the Seagulls last week. This is going to be Leo Williams. Both the B&B Premiership and the Carina Tigers, along with the Hostplus Cup sides, are all over Leo Williams this weekend. So, but the Jets, they'll be hurt and they want to look for their first win, and they'll take on the Tigers and fancy their chances being the loose cannons that they are.
Well, I guess as well, not playing at Langlands Park, perhaps it's not quite so intimidating. It's a different oval for them, and a fresh start. Obviously, everyone starts on 0-0 at the start of the match, and if they're good enough, then away they go. I don't think they will be though.
No, and I just want to touch base on that PNG game. Grinding it out, they were outscored. They did score when the opposition had 2 players in the sin bin, so it's really. It's a win. You get the points. There's a lot of work to be done, and as we said before, in games you learn a lot more from a loss than you do from a win. But I think we would have learned a lot from that win as well, because we weren't as polished as we should have been.
Yeah, mate, absolutely. And the interview that I just did with Tristan earlier, where he talked about he thought that the attack was still needed more work, and the defence was going quite well. Obviously, if you're getting 30-odd points put on you each week, that's not great.
Yeah.
And you've got to do something about that, because you won't score 30+ points every match. It's just not. It just doesn't happen. So if they can work hard on their defence and get it better, and if they're happy with their attack, sky's the limit.
Yeah, go hard this weekend, because obviously Easter's the following weekend. Are you going to be eating any chocolate over Easter, Payne?
No, mate.
That's a good answer.
I'm very busy in the end of 4 weeks holiday, mate, so I don't need any chocolates.
Okay. Well, listen, speaking of which, you're going to try and keep yourself fit, because you've got a reunion coming up after Easter as well. Tell us about that a bit.
Yeah. So we've locked in a date, 10th of June, the game against Redcliffe here. Obviously, it's the 83 side, 40-year reunion of that team. We haven't had many gatherings with that group of guys, and I've got a whole pile of them together. So we're looking forward to a bit of a catch-up in the afternoon down at the local, and then we'll come to the game and watch the mighty Tigers roll the Redcliffe Dolphins again.
How many of those will be wearing anklets, mate? How many after, mate? Probably more.
I've lost touch with a few of them, mate, so I can't exactly tell you, but more than one.
All right, get in touch with the Tigers if you want to be part of that reunion as well. Listen, all the best, mate. Great show today.
Yeah,
good to see you, mate.
Thanks, Johnny.
See you next week.
Bye now.
Selected Swift GL or Vitara Turbo this month, and you'll receive a free Sunny Life Summer Pack worth over $750. Go get summer with Suzuki and Sunny Life. See your local Suzuki dealer.